What the LEAD committee did was they contacted me after we said we were going to do this reunion. They said, hey, we should have some of those past 30 under 35 winners come and just say a few words, at the beginning of the event. And at that time, only a few of the past 30 under 35 had registered. So they said, hey, here's a list of who's registered so far. Tell me who you think would be a great speaker at the beginning because you know these folks and you've given them awards in the past. And so, I wrote some stuff up about the few people that had already registered and sent it to the committee. And I thought, well, now that we have that, I might as well use that as the introduction for the people who are coming up here so they don't think that I'm talking behind their backs. So somewhere here I have what I wrote to our committee about the people who will be speaking. The first one's Amanda Witham. I have to use my glasses for this. Who's at Crescent Electric Supply. This is what I told the committee, just so you know. Amanda's probably the smartest person to win a 30 under 35 award ever. And probably in the top 5% of all people in this industry when it comes to creativity and smarts. She really knows her stuff, and she's extremely active in the NAED's Women in Industry. So, to tell you more about her career, Amanda Witham.
Okay, I have nothing of words of wisdom like that, I promise you. But welcome, and thank you for Scott and the committee for inviting me back this evening. Again, my name is Amanda Witham with Crescent Electric Supply. I am the East Region Financial Operations Manager. I'm out of our New York location. And 5 years ago, I was in your shoes, and my first time attendee at the LEAD conference. But I've been part of NAED for almost 10 years of my career. And it's been a phenomenal occurrence for me. So I'm just going to give a quick little background and give you 3 quick little points about how to build your leadership skills and becoming a leader. So, I got into this industry just like you guys did because you were so excited about this industry. You love it. You know everything about it. It's probably not the case for some of you, but I had got in this industry because I had to pay the bills. So I wanted to get into sports marketing. I wanted to run the Red Sox. That's what I wanted to do. And instead, I got a great internship in college during the summer. It was going to be 40 hours a week, really excited for it, at no pay. So that wasn't going to happen because I had to pay my college bills. So instead, my advisor at the time, who was my supply chain major advisor, recommended I get into a company called GE Supply. And I had absolutely no idea what that company did. And I assumed they made refrigerators. So I signed up for it, and it was a 40-hour-a-week paid internship. So I was good to go. But what I learned from that wonderful small branch in Portland, Maine, was how to run a great business. I worked in the warehouse, I picked and packed orders, I sat with an inside sales team, and I really got to learn and love this industry. That led into a great opportunity out here in Naperville, about 45 minutes away, part of GE Supply's distribution and sales program, leadership program they ran. My first meeting I ever had with that company was with Liz O'Grady. She was my first vendor I ever met, and I'm privileged to still call her a friend here. So I was out in Naperville for quite some time. That leads me to one of my areas is take risks as a leader. And that doesn't have to be big risk. It can be little risks or calculated risks. But I moved from New England out to Chicago where I had no contacts, no friends, but really, really learned and loved this industry. From there, conversations started to get a little bit risky about my company, were they going to get sold or divide us off? So I moved back to New England. And I moved to Boston. I love Boston. I love being closer to home. But I didn't enjoy my job. I went to work every day, and I wasn't happy. And I realized at the age of 24 that there's other career opportunities out there for you. And so take that risk. If you're not happy, you're not satisfied with what you're doing, look around you. Look around inside your company, maybe in your community, at your church, your other types of services that you can get a challenge and take some extra risks. So what I did is I ended up moving to Crescent, and I moved to Ohio, which I loved as well. But the biggest risk I ever took was moving to New York City. And I actually was sitting at a table at a Women in Industry event with some wonderful colleagues of mine, and we went through the pros and cons. I got the offer letter at that meeting, And they said, here's a good list, here's a bad list, and those women have been my true contacts for years. I don't work with them on a daily basis, but I can reach out to them at any moment to ask a question about the industry, mentor and guidance, and it's a wonderful way, and again, it's part of NAED. Get those contacts while you're here this week. Also, the second thing is learn everything you possibly can about this industry. You don't need to be masters at it, but learn about it. Pick those orders, to sit with your inside sales teams. Learn about purchasing, AR, payables. It may not be the most exciting part of our industry, but if you get to understand that piece to it, you're going to understand how you can really make a big impact down the line. And when you're coming up with solutions and ideas, you can understand how point A is really going to impact point C. So that's just a little piece of advice there. NAED is also a wonderful resource that can help you with that. If you work at home or you're not in a part of a bigger location, NAED Learning Center is phenomenal. You can work on branch management training, you can do some financial modules there. It's a wonderful resource. I'm sure our great people at NAED can get you hooked up if you don't know much about it. Also, take full advantage of your educational sessions no matter where you go. You're going to probably attend a lot of other conferences in your careers. Attend those sessions. These are professionals or people that are experts in your field that want to pass that along to you. Why would you skip out on those? Really attend them, take that information and bring it back to your company, bring it back and implement it just like Jason and Scott were saying today. Bring it back and do something with it the next day. And finally, be part of something bigger. And that can be in your community or your company or this industry. So I'm part of the Women in Industry event or forum. I have been part of it for 8 years, and it's a wonderful event. I'm the next incoming chair, which I'm extremely honored to hold. And it's an incredibly great experience. I'm also part of the East Region Council, and I've been wonderful contacts, John and Sam, Carlos. It's wonderful when you walk into a room and you know people, and you guys are going to have that now. You're going to walk in tomorrow morning and go, I know 8 people at my table. And every time you meet these people, you're going to get deeper, deeper contacts, and you become part of a bigger industry and be part of something bigger. And the next time you walk into an elevator or you walk into one of these rooms, it gets easier. And I know a lot of you have never been to anything like this before, but it's a wonderful event. You're going to meet a lot of people along the way. So with that, enjoy the conference, and thank you for having me.